Riley Swentz alongside Corey DeLorme. Corey, how are we doing today?
Excellent. Excited to be here.
As am I. We're excited to bring you our first Spud hockey show. Corey, what do we have on tap today?
We're going to start out talking with the boys high school program. We're going to interview some players. We're going to find out how they're doing, how their season is going, how their preparations for the season are going. We're going to have a chance to talk with Coach Ammerman as well.
And then we're going to sit down with the girls hockey team, already a couple games into the season, look at how they're going. Sit down with Coach Kraft, talk about everything girls hockey, interview some players. And then we're going to get back to youth hockey.
Yeah, on the youth hockey side, it's really exciting. We're going to have kind of a featured team or a featured level for each episode. And this episode, we're going to be talking about the Bantam AA season and what their contests are going to look like this year and what their team looks like. Hopefully we'll be able to give you some insight as to what their schedule looks like and the outlook for the season. We're going to talk with some players as well as Coach Woodard and then an overall overview of the Moorhead Youth Hockey Association and talking with Executive Director Rob Grammer.
And then we're going to wrap the show up talking about our alumni that played for the Spuds and what they're out doing, whether it's professionally, amateur, or for college.
So we're really excited here at Spuds TV to be bringing you the Moorhead Spuds hockey show and looking forward to many more episodes.
You can check us out on spuds.tv throughout the season. Let's get right into it. I'm here with head coach John Ammerman of the Moorhead Spuds. John, how are we doing today?
I'm doing well. Good morning to you.
Well, thank you. What are some goals that you guys have this season as a team?
Well, a goal every year is to compete for a section championship. This year we have a lot of returning players, a lot of people that have been through the ins and outs of a season, and our goal is to improve and compete towards the end. I think we have a good opportunity in achieving that, especially with our schedule too. So. The main goal is to win a section championship and hopefully compete at the end down in St. Paul.
Yeah, you talked about having a lot of guys coming back. What's that like for you as a coach, having all those seniors and guys with experience? How much easier does that make that on you?
Well, we'll find out. Time will tell. But the first couple days here in practice have been going very well. Guys that are familiar with our system, not a whole lot of reteaching or learning from those guys' perspective. But maybe from the perspective of because of having so many guys back, they've been pretty good leaders so far in helping some of those younger guys get accustomed to the pace, and we'll see how that carries through.
So you guys have scrimmages this weekend. What do you guys look for as coaches from those scrimmages, and what do you want to get out of that?
Well, it's the beginning of a long evaluation stage. We're still in a trial process here, and we still have some tough decisions to make. And we're not just projecting for next week; we're projecting for what it's going to look like in February and March. So, see what some of those younger guys have and where they're at, and hopefully be able to project for a couple weeks down the road too.
All right, looking ahead at the season, you guys play a pretty tough schedule as traditionally. What's that like for you, and how do you think that helps you as you go along in the season and then as you get into playoffs?
Well, it definitely it raises our expectations for what guys come to expect. Right out of the gate, we play Wayzata. The second game will be either Maple Grove or Edina. We come back home and play Brainerd, and then Andover comes to town. So of our first games, 3 of the 4 are going to be top 10 ranked teams, and we'll know where we're at for sure. But really, it's not so much about winning those games. It's about seeing what we have and start to play with some different combinations. Our goal is that, with our schedule by January 1st, we kind of know what we have. We know who's willing to compete and who's willing to improve. And then from January 1st, we hope to get a roster set of some kind, battle through a few injuries, and be ready for the stretch run.
All right, give us an idea of what it's going to look like in Section 8AA this year. Who's going to be a team to beat?
Well, we'd like to think we are. We return a lot. Our goaltender Hudson Hodges is going to be one of the best in the section, probably the state too. Luke Grammer is a heck of a puck mover in the back end, and we return almost every single one of our defensemen. Up front, we lose a lot of scoring. And you hope that's the case every year, but. Nolan Westra, Isaac Hinkmeyer, Howe, and Kyler Clevin scored a lot of goals, and Tommy Horan on the second line pitched in quite a few too. So we're going to have to find scoring, that's for sure. But so we return the most, but every other team that's going to compete has at least one line of very high-end players. St. Michael has Luke Leyland and Adam Flamang. You have Buffalo with the Persini brothers, Rozo. Mixes in a bunch of really young, talented players with Paul Huglin, a few guys back. And then St. Cloud, I think, is going to be a team that surprises, too. They have a nice core of guys coming back with a good young Bantam team that's coming in. So we'd like to think we're at the top of that pack right away, but kind of like that January 1st thing with our team, that's when you kind of figure out what different teams have, and we'll see where we fit at that time.
All right, well, good luck to you this season. That's John Ehrenman with your boys hockey preview. I am here with Lucas Fear, the Spud Boys hockey team. Lucas, how are we doing today?
I'm doing well.
That's good to hear. We'll jump right into it. What are some season goals that the Spuds have this year?
We want to be back at the X in March and see what kind of damage we can do down there.
Yeah, certainly. We have scrimmages coming up this weekend for Spud Boys hockey. What's some goals that you have for that, and what do the coaches say, and what do we want to get done there?
We got a couple good teams coming to Moorhead to scrimmage, like Blake and Maple Grove. In the past, we haven't had a great record in scrimmages, but just kind of trying to find chemistry with guys and see who you want to play with is kind of what it's about.
Yeah, you talk about that chemistry. A lot of seniors coming back this year. What's that like, and how's that going to help us going forward?
It's a lot of guys we're familiar with, a lot of guys who have played in big spots, so that should really help us throughout the season this year.
Who's going to be the team to beat this year in Section 8AA?
It'll probably be the same teams as the past few years, like Brainerd, Bemidji, Roseau, teams like that.
All right, switching gears a little bit, what's a pregame routine that you have that gets you ready to go for the game?
I'm a little superstitious. I get the same sandwich from Herbs before every game, but that's about it.
All right, and then what's your favorite part about being a Spud hockey player?
Just being around the guys. There's a lot of tradition that goes into it, too, and I just like being a Spud.
So being a team from up north, we find ourselves down in the cities a lot, having to go on overnight trips. How do you think that helps the team chemistry as we go throughout the season?
There's a lot of long bus rides, a lot of miles, and that's just good to build, good relationships with guys on the team.
Who were some of those players that you remember looking up to as a kid?
I remember looking up to guys like Aaron Hurd, who scored a lot, and then as a littler guy, guys like Trent Johnson and the Christian brothers and stuff like that.
I'm here with Carter Johnson, the Spud Boys hockey team. Carter, how are we doing today?
I'm doing well.
I got to say, I love your curly hair. I loved it so much, I had to go get it done myself, so thank you for that look. As we head into the season here, what are some goals that you guys have as a team?
I think first we got to try to get to that section final and then win that and get back to the XL and then, see if we can do a little bit better than last year maybe.
All right, heading into scrimmages this weekend, what are you guys looking to do there?
I think we're just going to try to find our identity as a team, see who we play well with, and see who we mesh with.
Yeah, for sure. It makes it a little easier, do you think, with all the seniors coming back? What's that like playing with those guys?
Yeah, it makes us kind of a closer group. A lot of the guys like each other. Brings chemistry in the locker room.
Yeah, for sure. So you guys come back with all those seniors. What are we going to see from the Spuds hockey team? What kind of team we're going to be like this year?
I think we're going to be a hard-working team. We always are. Teams aren't going to like to play us because we're just going to wear them down.
All right, and then what's maybe a pregame routine that you have that gets you going for the game?
Last year I always liked to go to reshape with my Lionies.
That's certainly fun. What's something that you can reflect on now being a senior as a Spud hockey player? What's that been like coming all the way from the youth program now? And does it mean a little more to be a senior for you this year?
Yes, definitely. Growing up, you always wanted to be on the high school team, and you grew up watching the guys, and it's just you always looked up to the Spud players, and now you're one of those guys, and it just feels a little different.
I'm here with Luke Graham of the Spud Boys hockey team. Luke, how are we doing this morning?
Good. How are you?
I am excellent. Thank you for asking. What are some goals the Spud Boys hockey team has this winter?
Obviously, keep that streak of section championships going and make a run at the X again in March.
All right, so we got scrimmages coming up this weekend. What do you guys look for, and kind of what do you want to play like this weekend?
We want to move the puck around, play it fast, hard, physical, and just kind of get a sense of what the team's like this year.
All right, yeah, talk a little bit about that. A lot of seniors coming back. How does that help you guys as you get going here to start kind of knowing your identity as a team?
The experience is huge. We're really looking forward to our team this year. It'll be really nice to have that experience again and really lead the younger guys coming up as well.
All right, talk about when you were younger as a Spud hockey player. Who are some guys that you looked up to, and who'd you want to be like when you were younger?
You think of the Brian Lees and the John Ammermans of their day. Growing up watching those guys, you always want to be like the Spuds, right? So it's really an honor to put on the Spuds jersey and kind of be those guys for the younger guys now.
All right, with it being your senior season, how does that affect how you interact with some of the younger guys of Spud hockey, and how do you want to be known as you leave here?
Just as a positive role model. As a Spud hockey player, a lot of younger players look up to you, and you just want to try to leave your mark, I guess.
Where can we find the Spuds for scrimmages this weekend?
This Friday we'll be at the Moorhead Sports Center, and then this Saturday morning and afternoon we'll be at the Cullen Hockey Center.
You can check the schedule for scrimmages this weekend on spuds.tv. All right, I see you've got your Northern Michigan sweatshirt on today. Tell us a little bit about signing day today and how much that impacted you and what you're looking forward to going forward here.
Yeah, it's really exciting. I've been looking forward to this day and playing college hockey my whole life, so it's quite the honor to be able to sign here at Moorhead High, and I'm really looking forward to moving forward.
I'm joined now by Moorhead head coach Ryan Kraft. And Coach, Moorhead graduate, 1994, graduated together. We've been friends for a long time. But tell our viewers what it's like coming back to Moorhead, your alma mater, and now taking over the head coaching job of the girls hockey team.
It's nice to be home. Let's just start there. And it's been such an overwhelming homecoming. People have been very receptive to the idea that my family and I have moved back and made this our permanent home. So it's been a special time in my life for sure.
Well, we're glad to have you back, and as is the Moorhead community. Let's talk a little bit about the team this year. I know you haven't had a lot of time with the team, but how are you looking throughout the preseason and leading into tonight's game?
I'm pretty happy with what I've seen so far. I mean, we're gonna be young. We're gonna be really inexperienced. I think we have 3 seniors this year, so we're going to count on our underclassmen to step up and play a pivotal role in what we want to accomplish this year. But the first 2 weeks have been pretty rewarding for these girls. They've found that they can work hard, and they've discovered that there's a reward behind that. So I'm looking forward to tonight to see what they can do against a real opponent.
Well, let's talk about the opponent then. Bloomington Jefferson, what do you know about the Jaguars, and what do the Spuds have to do to be successful tonight?
Historically, I know I don't have a whole lot of success against them, but at the same time, it's it's a new era, and these girls are excited. They really are. I think they found a way to get the fun back in the game, and they're really looking forward to tonight. Jefferson, we don't really know a whole lot about them. First game of the season, everyone's starting from square one, so we're going to focus on competing and being smart with the puck and making good solid plays all over the ice.
All right, thanks for your time. Good luck tonight, Coach.
Thank you, sir.
I'm joined now by Ava Kistner of the girls hockey team. And Ava, tell us a little bit about your role on the hockey team and what Coach Kraft has you doing.
I'm a right wing, and I think as far as forwards go, pretty much the entire team, he wants us to be aggressive and putting everything on net and just working on our forecheck, I guess.
Having Coach Kraft in his first season, I know there's a lot of excitement around the girls hockey program. What are kind of your goals for the team this year?
I think we have a lot of potential, and I think we do have a good coach and good leaders on the team, so if we channel all of that energy and excitement, I think we could do something really special.
What is your favorite movie and why?
My favorite movie is A Star is Born. I don't know why. It just makes me feel happy.
Great. Thanks for joining us on Spuds TV today.
Yep.
I'm joined now on Spuds TV by Haley Headland, and thank you for being with us today. Talk about a role model that you had growing up when you were watching hockey, somebody that you emulated their game or you looked up to and made you want to play hockey.
It would probably have to be my dad. He played hockey growing up, and he's always pushed me, and he's always there for me, and always just talking to me about my game and making me better.
Tell us about what position you play, what Coach Kraft has you doing for the team this year.
I'm a left wing, so I'm there to forecheck, and he put me on line with Ava and Bree, so we just kind of go in there and set up plays, and we work really well together.
Okay, what is the overall theme of the team? What kind of, are you going to use your speed, push play more defensively? How does Coach Kraft have you playing as a team?
I think he really forces D-zone. We work on it a lot, and we are a fast team, so when we use our speed and work together, we can be really successful.
Now, if you could have one superpower, what would it be and why?
I'd probably want to be extra speedy so I can be fast on the ice.
All right, thanks for joining us today on Spuds TV.
I'm here with Coach Andrew Woodard of the BAM AA team. How are we doing today?
Very good, thank you.
Yes, all right. So your first year coaching the BAM AA's, describe for me what that's like and kind of the new role you have and the excitement around it.
Yeah, it's been real exciting so far. It's different from the Pee Wee level, obviously. The boys are much bigger, faster, more mature. One of the things I've noticed is you can kind of have a little bit more adult conversations with these guys, talk to them a little bit more on a personal level. So it's been a challenge, but it's been really fun so far.
Tell me a little bit about the kind of the buzz around youth hockey and how you get those guys ready for high school and kind of your job at the youth hockey level, getting them ready to go.
Well, I think the goal is always development, right? You want to get them ready for the next level, and obviously this is the way to do it. So we try to, every day we prepare them for, as far as getting ready for practice, getting ready for games, always competing at a high level. So I think that's what the next level is looking for.
All right, you guys have had a chance to play a few games, a big tournament at home. Tell me a little bit about that, how that ended up for you guys, and how you can get better.
Yeah, it was a real successful weekend. We ended up getting second place, lost to Hermantown in the championship game. We got better as the weekend went along. It was the game against Wayzata was real good. Ended up winning 8-2 in that game. And like I said, the weekend just kept getting better. Came out a little bit slow against Hermantown, but we showed a lot of character coming back a couple goals down in the third. Ended up losing by 1, but it was a very good weekend for us.
All right, where do you see this team going in the future, and what's the ultimate goal for this team?
Well, it is. I got a little spoiled coming in this year. This is a very talented group. I think, as some of the boys alluded to, we've got some speed, we've got size, a lot of skill set. The hockey sense is very good. So I think the goal for these boys is they'll tell you they want to get to the state tournament and hopefully take that next step and hopefully win a state championship.
All right, with our high school team being so successful, how does that inspire you guys to want to be successful down here and kind of look up to those guys?
Well, it definitely does. It plays a huge role, and whenever the Spuds make the state tournament, the hype at the youth program, the numbers will spike. Everybody goes up, and it's just fun to get down to St. Paul and watch the Spuds. And I think that these guys, they really want to have a part of that and be a part of that, and they work really hard to get there.
All right, that's Coach Andrew Woodard with your Bantam Hockey Preview. I'm here with members of the Bantam AA team. Why don't you introduce who you are and what position you play?
I'm Aaron Ryerson, left wing.
I'm Ian Ness, and I'm a center.
Harper Benz, right wing.
All right, so tell me a little bit about how the high school team affects you and kind of who maybe some role models you guys had as you were growing up and kind of how you watch them now and want to be like them.
I modeled Kyler Clevin because he puts the puck in the net.
I like to watch Carter Ranclev and Kyler Clevin, both good skaters, good with the puck.
I don't really know. I just moved here, so I don't really watch much of Moorhead hockey. Don't know much of those guys.
All right, what do you say would be the best part of playing youth hockey here in Moorhead? What's just your favorite thing about it?
Definitely the 6 a.m.s and playing with these guys.
Hanging out with your buddies every day.
Yeah, we got a good team this year. It should be fun. We like to have fun.
How do you guys think you can be successful this year, and what's going to be the style of play that you guys have?
Forecheck hard. We got a fast team, and we're going to want to set the pace every game.
Yeah, what he said, just move our feet every game and it should go our way.
Yeah, we're a bigger team this year, so we should lay the body a little more, and we're pretty fast, so we should be on them hard.
I'm here with the Bantam AA team, and why don't you introduce yourselves, who you are, what position you play, and the grade you're in.
I'm Joe Grammer. I play defense, and I'm a freshman.
Abe Carlson, right wing, and I'm a freshman.
Oliver Judd, goalie and freshman.
All right, tell us a little bit about the role that you guys see yourselves playing on the team and kind of what you contribute on a daily basis.
I try to be a good leader and, break the puck out well and, use my forwards.
I also try to be a good leader. I'm kind of a playmaker. Just pass the puck to my teammates so they can bury.
I just try and keep my team in the game and stop pucks.
All right, so you guys have had a chance to play a couple of games here. What was your reflection about those games and kind of how you see yourselves going forward?
We're a good, skilled team. We're fast. We have pretty good size. And if we play as good as we can, we'll play pretty good at the end of the year.
Yeah, I think we're fast, we're big, so we should be able to do some good things this year.
Yeah, exactly what they said. We just got to keep working.
I'm here with members of the Bantam AA hockey team. Why don't you introduce yourself, who you are, position you play, and your grade.
I'm Jack Arnold. I play defense, and I'm a freshman.
Colby Creer, defense, and I'm a freshman.
Joe Schiller, defense, and I'm a freshman.
All right, so growing up in Moorhead, who were some guys that you looked up to when you were younger and wanted to be like them over on that high school team?
I looked up to Will Borgen and Alex Maynard and those guys.
I love watching Terry Lebo play. That was always fun.
I'd have to say Will Borgen, too. He's just a good two-way guy. I like to watch him.
All right, so with it being your last year of Bantams here at the youth hockey program, what's that experience been like all the way through, and how do you kind of want to end your career here at the youth hockey stage?
It's just fun making friends and bonding with the team and hopefully to end winning a state championship.
Yeah, like Jack said, it's been fun playing, coming to 6 a.m. with your friends, and then we're hoping to get a state win here.
It's been a blast for me, just making lots of friends, and it'd be the best if we could end the year with a state championship.
What are some things that you do or try to do to help inspire the younger generation of Spuds and pass that torch on?
Just work hard every day and embrace every moment.
Working hard and being a leader out there on the ice and off the ice.
Just like Colby said, being a leader on and off ice and just teaching them how to play the right way.
I am here with the Executive Director of Moorhead Youth Hockey, Rob Grammer. How are we doing today?
You're doing great. How are you?
I am excellent. Thank you for asking. I mean, wow, you look around this place, and this is just a beautiful facility. What's this been like having this here now for Moorhead Youth Hockey?
Well, it's been fantastic. We've had a couple of major things we needed to address with the existing facility, with the roof and the ice plant, and so to get that so our building is safe and usable for our kids for the next 20-25 years was great. And then we had an ice shortage. We've grown so much with about 600 kids playing hockey, practicing all hours of the day, multiple teams on the ice at the same time. It was really a nice relief to get a third sheet of ice and be able to have some better practice times for the kids.
All right, tell us a little bit about what's upcoming for Moorhead Youth Hockey, where people can come out, watch the youth Spuds, and kind of what's going on over here.
Well, in the immediate future here, this upcoming weekend, we've got Pee Wee B tournament, 12 teams coming to town, and our Pee Wee Black and Pee Wee Orange teams will be participating in that. That's a great event for them. We have our 15U team in action this weekend. We have Brainerd coming to town. It's always nice to see how we stack up against the section opponents at the high school level, down at the youth level. So our 15U team, they're going to be playing, and what's really exciting this year for us is we're also hosting the 15U region and state tournament, so it's going to be really fun to follow that team throughout the year and hopefully watch them progress through to the state tournament that we're hosting right here.
All right, tell us a little bit about your job and what you do, and kind of the best part about it, the tough parts about it, kind of what you do around here.
Well, a lot of what I do is I try to help, make sure that hockey's accessible and affordable to all of our kids. Anyone in Moorhead who wants to play hockey, we have a place for them to play. With the cost of operating the facility and the association, what that means is I want to do a lot of work out in the community. We've got fantastic community supporters that make all of that happen. So I work a lot on that. So we reduce the main barrier to playing hockey, which is the cost. We want to keep the cost down, and I spend a lot of time working on that, trying to make sure that we can get everyone playing who wants to play.
All right, yeah, you talk about having those tournaments here. How big is that, not only for the youth hockey organization, but for the community of Moorhead as a whole, and kind of how nice it is to get tournaments here and get people in town, see what Moorhead's all about?
Well, as an organization, we really have the main mission of serving the kids in the community, and secondarily, we feel like we're a part of the community, and we have a responsibility to the community. So, hosting events, we can bring a lot of guests into town. We feel like our impact, we can now, with the third sheet of ice, we can double our impact on visitor spend in the community, so we can help out, support our local businesses that way that are doing such a nice job of supporting us.
All right, tell us about what is on the docket this weekend of November 15th, 16th, 17th, and how Spud hockey fans can come out and watch the youth.
Well, in our building this weekend, we're going to have the annual high school team with their scrimmages coming up, so it's a first look at the Spuds boys high school team. That'll be fun. That's all day Saturday here during the day. We also have our Bantam AA team in action against Bemidji coming to town, so a section opponent that we all like to see how we stack up against early on. 15U A team, also the girls team, has a game against Brainerd in the building this weekend. Our Pee Wee Black and Pee Wee Orange teams have their home tournaments, so there'll be a lot of Pee Wee games going on. Our 12U A team, girls team, is in town in the building this weekend. Go to www.moorheadyouthhockey.com, find your favorite team, check out their schedule, and you can see when you want to come to the rink and watch some action.
All right, now we have a chance to look at the Moorhead Spud alumni. On the pro side of things, Will Borgen has played 13 games in the AHL with the Rochester Americans. He is in the Buffalo Sabres organization. Michael Bitzer is over in Germany. He's played in 16 games, the goals against average of 3.91. He's 5-0. We look at our college players playing Division I. Alex Maynard is at Air Force. He's a junior there. And Ethan Frisch is a freshman at UND. Playing in Division III, Patrick O'Connor, Thomas Carey, and John O'Connor are all at Augsburg. Playing in the MIAC there, along with Aaron Hurt in the MIAC Conference at Concordia. And Trey Green is at Grand Canyon University down in Arizona. We go now to the amateur side of things. Carter Ranclev playing for our hometown Fargo Forest just across the river, coming off his ACL injury. Played in 8 games this year. And Isaac Henkemeyer Howe is with the Sioux Falls Stampede, also in the USHL. played in 9 games with 2 goals and 2 assists. And then in the NAHL, we have Cole O'Connell playing at Minot alongside Kyler Clevin, who is also at Minot and getting some looks from the North American Central Scouting List for the NHL Draft. And we have Nolan Westra playing for the Alexandria Blizzard. And we wrap things up with Parker Larson playing for the Northeast Generals and Carson Kosabud playing at Penticton. That's your update on your Spud Hockey alumni. Thank you for watching the Spud Hockey Show on Spuds TV. Spud boys in action this weekend with scrimmages. Girls hockey has their game against Rogers right here on Spuds TV, and a full slate of games all weekend with Moorhead Youth Hockey.
Yeah, we're really excited here on Spuds TV. We're a Minnesota nonprofit organization, and subscribing to our YouTube channel and giving us a thumbs up really helps to promote Spuds TV and allows us to bring you this content and to benefit our students and our school and our community. So we're really excited about all the Moorhead, not only Spud hockey action, but all of the activities and events going on with Moorhead Public Schools. So check us out on YouTube at Spuds TV. So help support Spuds TV by hitting the subscribe button and giving us a thumbs up on YouTube.
Ah.